bom dia. Gracias. This week I've come to a place called Chiloé Island, which is the third largest island in South America, and it's very different to the rest of mainland Chile because it's dominated by a temperate rainforest, which makes it quite a different landscape actually. Yeah, the mainland is dominated by the Andes, but over here it just feels completely different. I'm going to spend a good week just going around the island, exploring different places, seascapes, wild camp spots. But I might try and turn my hand to a little bit of wildlife photography as well, because this place is just a feast for it. I couldn't believe it. As I got out, I had a siesta, jumped out of the van, looked towards the coast, and I could just see a pod of dolphins riding through the waves. I thought it might have been just a brief bit of luck or something. And then we jumped on the roof of the van, sat there for around an hour, watched them, and it was just constant. I couldn't believe it. They're still there now. It's really hard to show on the camera because they're actually quite far out, but it's just incredible. So yeah, I'm excited to see what we get. For now, I'm just going to go and take a little stroll along the beach, dip my toes in the water and have a look for some landscapes. Catch you in a bit. Wet out there this morning, or today even. I think I got out just in time. Took a few photos on the beach, walked around to like a little fishing bay. As I was heading back, it just started to pour down. So now I'm in the van. That's breakfast. Granola, banana, peanut butter. It's what we've been living on for about 4 months. It's been raining all day today, so we decided to drive down 3 hours from where we camped last night to a different spot on the west coast again, just a lot lower down on the island, for sunset this evening. So although it's been raining all day and it's still cloudy and spitting a little bit, there is a chance of sun and cloud this evening. So I've been on photo pills, checked this place out. Can't see much proper photos of the place, but it looks promising. Looks like it's got good potential, and the sunset is like in a good place this time of year. So yeah, we're gonna check it out. Yes, we're back on the dirt roads. We love them. Love the washboard, don't we, Al? We're about half an hour away now, I think, depending on how long it takes us down this bumpy road. We have arrived. It's still tipping it down, but I'm still hopeful. It's really bleak at the moment. It does say the sun's going to come out at some point, so I mean, what time is it now? It's only 20 past 4, so sunset's not until 9:30, so we've got a while, we've got time. So we're just going to wait out here for a little bit, have some food, and then I think the hike's a couple of kilometres, so it's nothing really. A mile and a bit. I think it takes about half an hour to get there, and we'll pick some compositions on the coast. I'm really excited to see the sea stacks, so we'll see. I'm excited to see what it's like. not used to this. I've not seen rain for about 3 months, so this is weird. It's like being back at home. This is the one. Reminds me of Scotland. Huge sea cliffs. Looks like somewhere in Orkney or yeah, one of the Scottish Isles. Beautiful, isn't it? I love how the waves are crashing against the rocks here, and the water's just like flowing back down. Same over here as well. It's huge. It's a bit scary. It's absolutely mind-blowing. It's beautiful, it really is. I did not expect this. I don't know why, but yeah, the sun's come out and it's the exact scene that I wanted to photograph today. A nice, fairly easy walk, a couple of kilometers, and we're just presented with this huge seascape scene. I think some slightly long exposures, maybe like around a second and a half. Be really cool. Got some big waves crashing against the rocks, so I think them slowed down is going to look really good with some good light too. I'm just playing about with my composition at the moment. I quite like it here, but I might go back up the hill because this rock in front of me is... I've come down low actually thinking it would be better, but it's blocked the sea behind. So I'm thinking of going back up the hill slightly so I can see the water and get some separation between this rock, like the mid-ground, and then background. But I think it could be quite spectacular at sunset. So we'll see. Fingers crossed for a good one. This side's even better, you know. Maybe not exact perfect spot for the sun to set, but I think compositionally it's much better. Just kind of works. I like that island there. Yeah, it's really good. The huge waves crashing on that. That's slowed down. The shutter speed is just going to be woof. Ho ho! Now we are talking. I think around 35 mil is a sweet spot for this, really. Don't want to go too wide because I don't want that cove in over there. So 35 is pretty much perfect for that. Yeah, let's get the tripod. Woohoo!
That looks so good. Love that.
So I'm thinking around the second shutter speed is perfect for this. We've just tested out a few different speeds and I think that's the right one. Slows it down quite a bit because the waves are moving really fast, but alright, I like the look of it. That's what I'm going to go with. 7.1, 1 second. I think as the sun gets lower, I'll probably end up putting it up to f8, maybe f9, just to achieve a similar speed. Maybe change a few filters around. Currently got ND1000. So as it gets a bit darker later, I'll probably swap to the ND64. This could be my best chance here now. The cloud's moving really quick because of the wind. I think it's going to be blocked off. It's going to block the sun pretty soon. Really dramatic right now though, so I'm loving this. The sky has got so much drama. It's just so grey and dark. It almost looks stormy. So that's really exciting. But yeah, I wanted to get a few shots at 35 where I was happy with the most. I took a few wider ones too. I took a few at 28. I got some more of like the cliffs this side in. But I think my favourite is 35 looking straight ahead. It's really nice. Can't wait to see these later. F8, shutter speed, 1 second. And ISO 125. That's the lowest I can go, so yeah, settings are dialed in. I don't want it to end because I'm just loving it here. I didn't come down here to take this picture, but there's a rainbow. You have to photograph a rainbow, don't you? I just want the ocean, that light on the distant hills over there, and then just such a dramatic sky. But I got down here and I was like, oh, sod it, I'm gonna point you that way for a second, take a few shots of this. Nice long exposures. See how that looks. Today, we're off for an unexpected local walk because the van's stuck in a campsite. So we're just going to explore a local area. Luckily, we're on the edge of a coast, so it's beautiful. We're planning to drive like a little bit up north again and explore a few different beaches up there, but yeah, it rained last night and the van, it won't get up the hill. It's just like a grass hill about 10 meters long, and the wheels just start sliding about 3 meters up the hill. So this is us for another night. Today I'm going to try and make as many images as I can with my 28mm lens. I reviewed my pictures the other day after using the zoom, and I don't know if I just wasn't that satisfied with them. So everything looked a bit soft. Basically the kit lens zoom. I don't know if it's just a bit naff, the optics or whatever, but I'm going to try the prime today and compare. I'm going to try and get some nice sharp images, some nice close foregrounds, see how it goes. So yeah, 28mm prime is the weapon of choice for the day. I like that rock where the water's coming over it there. I don't know what the tide's doing, but watch it now as it comes over, sort of like wraps around it. Pretty cool. Right, so I think I've found my first image of the day. Let's get things started. I've got this lovely rock in the foreground. Shit, I thought the tide was going out, but it's apparently coming in. Oh my god, it's up my bag. I literally just spent a few minutes looking through the camera, finding the composition, thinking the tide was going out. And all of a sudden this one big wave just came in, covered my foreground, almost got me. Right, I've set the camera up now, I've got my composition ready again. I've got this rock in the centre, and I'm really focusing on this rock. I like the wetness on it, the texture, the way the waves are sort of surrounding it as the tide comes in. And I've got nice separation in all the rocks, in the mid-ground and the background too. I found a composition. It is 8:25. I've been down here about 3 hours. I've been wandering around aimlessly for hours looking for stuff to photograph. I just feel like it's not come naturally today. I don't know whether that's me or the location, but yeah, I stuck with it and I found something now, so here we go. I think the sun is going to come down and then shoot through this gap onto the rock on the left. I'm going to shoot it in portrait, so I feel like it's quite an interesting shot. Right, so I have my composition, but I was a bit close really with the 50mm lens. So I thought, step back from the water a bit, it's a bit safer, and put the telephoto on. So I'm now at about 70mm on this 55 to 200 lens, so that's what we're going to stick with. I quite like it actually. I've stood back a bit, but zoomed in a bit more, so it's compressed the scene a bit more. I can still get everything in that I want, and actually by coming a bit further back and higher up I can see more of the water above the rocks here now in front of me, which I like more. Gives a bit more separation. So yeah, I'm just waiting for that golden glow now. I'm going to try and choose the right shutter speed for this particular scene, which I think will be around like 1/4 of a second maybe. We're between 1 second and about 1/5 of a second, so I'll try a few different shots around that shutter speed. See what happens. Bit of a change. I'm struggling with a wider lens, so we'll see how this goes. Quite excited actually. So, I made it out of the campsite. That was pretty eventful, to say the least. Yeah, we spent an extra night in there, which wasn't planned. That was absolutely fine. It's a nice place, so right by the coast. Plenty to do there, had some nice food. It wasn't due to rain overnight, but it did rain. So it wasn't the blue sky and dry grass that we'd hoped for. So that was that. We had to try and get the van out anyway, because we weren't staying another night, no chance. I had a couple of goes, which were unsuccessful. And then a guy who worked at the campsite said, jump out, let me have a go. And I think in combination with his really good off-roading skills and me and Alice pushing the van, he just about made it up there. So yeah, we made it out. Success. My location for this evening is Rocas Basalticas, which is a really cool basalt rock formation, similar to the Giant's Causeway, quite a bit smaller. Yeah, it's really unique actually. We stayed right round the corner from here the other day. I didn't realise it was here. So we're going to wild camp in the same spot as our first night on the island. But I've got loads to go out here. There's just so many cool rock formations, and yeah, the tide's coming in and out, really cool. I'm going to try and play with that a little bit soon. So yeah, just give you a little intro of where I am, and I'll check back in once I've found some compositions a bit later on. But it's looking like a nice evening. So I found a spot. It took me a little while to find a composition here, but I think I'm quite happy with what I found. I've still got plenty of time until sunset, so I've got time to trial things out, move around a little bit, but I found this cool little spot which has got the tide's flowing in and making like a little pool inside this cave area. It feels like quite a busy scene, so if I can just subtract a few things out of the busy scene, hopefully I'll come away with something worthwhile. It's a new day. Had an absolute shocker of a day in terms of landscape photography yesterday. It was just one of them days where nothing really went to plan. I tried so hard. I spent the whole day out just exploring, looking for compositions. Yeah, and I just completely got in my own head about everything. Couldn't find a composition which was half decent. I actually did end up finding something that I was fairly happy with, but then I got the tide times wrong. So by the time it was sunset, I got down to the location and the tide was coming dangerously close to the spot where I wanted to photograph from. So that one went out the window and I was trying to frantically find another one, and it just, yeah, couldn't concentrate, I couldn't set the tripod up properly. I was just panicking because the sun was dropping down pretty quickly, and it was good conditions as well, like really nice light mixed with some interest in the sky. Beautiful location with this basalt rock everywhere. I just knew there was a good image to be made here, but yesterday I just couldn't pull it together and make anything happen. So I did stay out until just after sunset, but I was hoping to take some blue hour shots too, but I decided to just get in the van, call it a day and come back today. Luckily we were staying nearby, so I just slept on it, got back out of the van this morning with a clear head, and it's already going better. Like, it's midday, the light's really harsh, but I found a composition here that I'm pretty happy with. I'll show you behind me. It's this little cove with a little tunnel going out to sea. I've got the camera set up in portrait and I'm just photographing the water as it comes through the channel here and towards me. And as it's going back out, it's creating these really nice lines in the water. And that combined with a 1 second shutter speed is making some really nice images, I think. I'll show you now what I've got. So, camera set up in portrait there. I've got a nice rock here, holding the tripod down, because the water was coming pretty close to the tripod, so I've been jumping onto the rocks here on the left hand side and just letting the water sort of pass the tripod. I think the tide's going back out now, so I'm not sure if the water's going to make it back up to near the tripod, but I did capture that a little bit earlier. Oh, some big waves coming now. Spoke too soon. There we go. So that's perfect. If it can surround that little rock there, like it did just before, that's ideal. Yeah, it's going to do it now. There we go. And that flow back there now is creating a really nice ethereal sort of effect with the water running back out to sea. And another note on yesterday, I should have realised earlier on that I was having a bad day, but I find it really hard to just put the camera down and just leave it till the next day. Like, I get in my head a lot about it and I'm like, no, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. And I'll spend 8 hours outside. And in the end, that's what will get me frustrated, because I knew earlier on in the day that I was having a bad day, so I should have just gone. I think another reason why yesterday was a shocker, which I forgot to mention, which was a huge part of it, I actually lost my polarizing filter. And that's not like me. I'm usually really careful with my gear, look after it, always put it back in its place. I think what happened was, I have this case filter pouch, which I've now got on my trousers, which I think is a better place for it, because it also has this loop attachment here, and I had that wrapped around the leg of the tripod, and I carry it over my shoulder sometimes. I think what's happened is the magnetic closure on the filter bag had not actually closed properly, so when I put the tripod over my shoulder somewhere, the polarizer dropped out. So I was really wounded about that. There we go. Boom. I have to watch my feet here. Yes, there we go. So it's surrounded the rock there in the foreground, not that one, sorry, this little one. And that flow back out is lovely. I think I'm going to try this same shot but at a wider focal length. I'm currently at 35mm, which is a great focal length for landscape photography. But I wouldn't mind getting a little bit lower with a wide angle lens. Just get a little bit closer to the sand. I think that those lines in the sand are really drawing me in. I've been here for probably a good hour now, and I tried out 35 first, quite liked it. But then I quickly realised that I wanted to shoot it wider and a little bit lower. And I think that only comes with being in a location for a certain amount of time, is you start to watch and you start to see things that you prefer. So if you've got the luxury of spending a bit of time somewhere, definitely do it. Alright, happy with that. Time to move location. So I've got a new composition now. I've moved just around the corner into another cove, and I've got this nice sort of curve here, which is created by the tide again, just in front of this curve here. I like how the tide's coming in, and I've got that curve coming into my frame. That's the shot there as the water flows back out. I love that. It's going to look really cool, I think. So I think this will be my last shot of Rocas Basalticas. Yeah, it's a beautiful evening. The sun's setting soon. Really nice light on these rocks. Found a composition which I'm quite happy with. Hoping that the tide comes in and surrounds these rocks here a little bit more. Which I think it is. Pretty sure it is. Yeah, shame there's no drama in the sky, but yeah, you can't have everything, can you? So yeah. Won't be long now until the golden glow hits. It is 9:05, sunset's 9:30, so any time in the next 20-25 minutes it's probably good, I reckon. Out for sunrise. It's been a while, I'll tell you that much. This is beautiful though. I thought last morning on the island, why not get up early? It feels absolutely great to be awake. So hard to get up. Once I started walking down the beach, listening to the birds, hearing the waves, there's zero wind this morning. You just can't beat a sunrise. You really cannot. For me, sunrise is the best time of day. In the mountains at home, always provides the best conditions. And here this morning, there's always like just a calm, peaceful feeling, no one around. Absolutely love it. Okay, so that wraps it up for my time on Chiloé Island. It's been a really cool island to explore actually. It's full of wildlife, beautiful untouched landscapes. It's been an absolute pleasure to photograph somewhere which I've not seen many photographs at all of. Definitely the west coast has been my favourite. Yeah, just more wild. Definitely got memories that I'll cherish forever. So my two main takeaways, things that I've learned on this island. that landscape photography is difficult, and I've learned a hell of a lot about composition. I feel like it's been a huge learning curve, and yeah, I'm just really excited to put it into practice now as we get bigger and better landscapes as we head down south. It's really important to remember that when you have those tough days in landscape photography, just remember the reasons why you're doing it. It'll all be fine in the end. Just keep going, keep pushing on. You have those hard days, have the really good days. It's just super important to remember that you love it and that's why you're doing it, so keep going. So if you've made it this far, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.